Welcome back, everybody. This is Brother Mutant here. Today we're going to continue our quest with Dora, our Sword Saint Magus. This Magus is specifically made to be a strength-based build, so it's probably not your cup of tea. He is with a couple of mercenaries, though, that we brought in that are also a 25-point buy. That was so that I could have myself a solid Eldritch Scoundrel build for an undead, which we have made custom. And, of course, we have an Inquisitor that's a mercenary as well, and she's the animal summoning one, the one that literally gets several upgrades as she goes on to be basically a master at summoning. I am using mods. For those of you that are not familiar with this game, know that this is not the vanilla version of the game because I'm using mods. One of the biggies is the turn-based combat. Other stuff that you'll see, though, will probably be attributed to the fact that I have Eldritch Arcana. This one changes a variety of things. Gives me some feats that you don't have access to, some traits, which is definitely something new that you don't have access to in the vanilla version of the game, and some other stuff like a few spells that, again, you never see. So if you see something that's like, I don't have that, chances are it's my mods. Feel free to check them out on the Nexus. Extremely helpful. And there's more than just this. There's pictures and whatnot as well. So with that, though, let's get into the game, shall we? Let's see. We were attacking the Bloom, last memory. Now that little goober is the reason that everybody's exploding into a portal and turning into, or letting monsters in through the portal, which just tried to ravage our capital, which we saved in the last 2 episodes. Now we're here at the heart of it all, trying to figure out what's causing this problem. And to do it, we actually managed to get to a place that is not on their planet. So this is a different dimension. Probably the first world. So if you pause it, you see we're in Otherworld, for instance. So now, again, we have our characters. They are buffed up.
I shall end this suffering.
But having said that, I think we've already done this. Hold on a quick second. I think... oh, did I forget to... Oh, wow. That was stupid of me. I forgot to hard save. So we have a couple things still to deal with here. My bad. There's stuff here in this area, obviously.
Dispatch those fools!
So we have a Doom Spider, a hard area over here, and other stuff is probably going to teleport in before too long. This is Eliza, and she has not summoned anything yet. Not that it would be a bad idea, but it does get cluttered real quickly. So let's actually just have her charge the Doom Spider. Oh, and she's walked right past another Doom Spider in the process. Alright, well at least it lit it up for Knock Knock, so she's done with her turn. Dora should still have a buffed weapon. Let's just check that real quick. Right here. Bane and Temporary Enhancement still on us. That's solid. Let's just let's go ahead and try to kill this Doom Spider. That's a solid hit, though. We'll take that. And Proto, why don't you try to finish it off too? Nice. Now these guys have a built-in displacement effect on them. Oh, I take that back. They do not. I must be thinking of the other spiders. I thought they all did. I was about to say I could actually light them up with like fairy fire from him, which is out, but he could get it back with this holy symbol. But having said that, might as well just wail on these little jerks then. Oak Bow. It's far away, but can you charge this fool? Yes, you can. Go ahead and do so. Okay, solid, solid. And Knock Knock. Can you charge? Go ahead. Solid. Okay.
In due time.
Now we'll save again. Sorry for the overlapping episodes, guys. You saw this yesterday. This is the bird I was talking about, though. The bird with bright feathers sings its song and shows no fear as you approach. You need the bird in the cage, the mysterious bird. And that's going to be illuminated later. You see this hard plant growth here that's keeping you from the other side of what's over here. That's something to deal with. But notice something else. We have a shimmer effect on the edges of the sides of each of the map here. Now that's also going to be important because as we go through them, we actually teleport to a second map. So there's 2 maps. There's this map and then the inverse map. So think of it as day and night. So this is the daytime, let's just say, where the bird was at. Now next one will teleport us again here into the nighttime. but on the other side of the wall. So here's a little, here she comes, how dare she? She's lost. Punishment, we demand punishment. This is just telling you more of the story. Again, you'll notice we're still in the same location we were just at. However, the bird's gone. A, we stole it, but B, the bird's gone. The same barrier still exists. You see that? So if we walk back to it, or walk even through this one, we'll show up back where we were just at. But notice the growth. The growth is gone, and that's supposed to draw your attention to it, I think. Here's the fun part.
Get ready. Get scared. Listen.
Ah!
Listen to me, trespasser. You sought a kingdom. I seek something simpler. An apology.
Get ready. Get scared. Listen.
As you sought to steal a kingdom for yourself, so must you do again. 1,000 times over. For a theft, a true theft, must be practiced to be earned. It will be a lengthy task. This is how it shall be measured.
Oh, remember.
Make ruins of kingdoms. When each is dust, the grains shall gather in this vessel. When 1,000 grains are gathered, bring it before us as an offering, so that an eldest may sip from it. When that is done, your trespass shall be forgiven.
Where will I find so many nations? It is...
An impossible task? How? Let your unrequited love guide you. Guided you to your first kingdom, so it shall again. Seek it, hunt for it, lust for it. Let the emptiness inside you become your deadliest weapon. It is not an impossible task. After all, what use is an apology that cannot ever be given?
It was Dormammu all along. Just kidding. So that's part of the backstory for what she did, roughly. She did something to piss off the Elder Gods, and the Elder Gods demand tribute. Now notice there is a dais here. First I want to scope the area out, make sure there's not something here. Remember, don't go through the cloud if you don't want to teleport. Again, that'll take us to the opposite side of the map. Notice the dais. The sight of the dais makes you uneasy. There are no bars or shackles, but an air of oppressiveness hangs over it. So now notice that we can put stuff on the dais. Now the obvious one is the bird, the one you just grab. Remember, I got a cage for that. It's probably not worth anything. So we need to put it here or in the opposite dimension. Now the question is where to put it. I don't remember. So again, just going to be trial and error, but it's only a one or the other. So do it here. Teleport through, see if the bird dies. If not, yank it up and then put it down and then teleport through again. So that's going to be kind of the thing here. So quick save. And again, it ports us to the other side of the room for whatever reason, I'm not sure. But now we're in the same spot. Again, with the dais. With the bird. So it didn't do us a damn bit of good. But the sight of the dais makes you uneasy. There are no bars or shackles. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, notice that we have a campsite. An old gnome. The gnome looks old, worn, and is covered in a layer of dust, as if he has sat here for some time without moving. His back is hunched, and as you approach, he tilts his head up to you, giving an odd half smile. Come, child, come closer. Don't be scared. The sound of your footsteps reminded me of... The gnome dips his head and goes silent, although his lips remain moving, as if he is speaking silently to himself. Who are you, and what is this place? You children are always so curious. Questions, more questions, then some more questions, the gnome shrugs. Which should I answer first? Who are you? I'm just an old man, a remnant of the past in the world that cares as little for time as you care about the air you breathe. The gnome covers his eyes and starts rocking back and forth. So many things lost, so many people left, and still I'm here. His voice drops to a whisper, but he continues to rock back and forth. What is this place? This is the beginning that was before all other beginnings, the echo born before sound. This is the mark on the margins of sacred texts made by gods when they got bored. This is the world, but unlike all other worlds. Knowledge Arcana check pass. Are we in the first world? Where else? The gnome grins. How about that? Enough about that for now. I've seen something odd here. A vision of a woman and many others in the mist. They appeared before me, then vanished. The goddess once passed here, the proud one, the bitter one, the one who fell so far, yet never has fallen to her knees. Her steps still echo. Taste the silence, the salt in the air, and it is her tears. And when you blink, there's something in the corner of your eye, a shadow, a vision, a memory. A strange glow appears in the gnome's eyes. When you approached for a moment, I thought I saw her again. The way you walk, this power you radiate, and a ghostly crown of a newborn kingdom upon your brow. It cannot be seen, but I see the weight of your shoulders, bear carrying it. Your connection with her, with she who fell, it is stronger than you think. Troubling events brought me here. Maybe you know something about what's happening? So much meaning can be hidden in one maybe. Ask away. Monsters are emerging from seed portals into my lands. What do you know about it? Monsters? No, they are just creatures, frightened as you and I would be so far from home. They've lived here with me for time countless, and were my only friends before the bloom toward the world. It's not their fault. Seal the bloom, and they will trouble your world no longer. How can we get out of here? The gnome turns away and looks at his feet for a long time, mumbling under his breath. After several moments, he turns to you again. It is possible to leave this place. Possible, yes, but to cross back, you'll need to bear the brunt of her wrath. But it is not something you can find. It is something you must inspire. You have to follow her, the goddess who fell. You have to see the world through her eyes, recognize her voice among thousands of other voices. Go down her path, awaken her wrath, then you'll be able to return home. Who's this goddess you speak of? She wanted to become more than she was. She dared to claim something that was not hers. So powerful was the song of her pride, and so quickly it was silenced. Just a night, a single night in prison, in loneliness, in anticipation of her future fate, and her pride became fear. And fear, it burrows deep, like the worst of all poisons, desperation. Do you know how such emotion tastes, child? Don't even think about drinking this poison. Take a drop of it to the place where the seeds of wrath have sprouted. When the wrath awakens and fills everything around, you'll become a step closer to your home and defeating the bloom. Follow my story. Watch everything closely. Listen carefully. Unknown can be hidden inside known, and much that is unusual lies concealed behind the usual. Take my lantern with you. It will help you light your way. And know this, not today and not tomorrow, but you will recall the fallen goddess. We got a magical lantern. All right, let's stop talking about that for now. Yep, have to go farewell. Bye. Okay, so first off, let's look at that lantern we just picked up. I'm going to shift stuff around so that I can equip it. Newest to oldest. Notice that not only do we have the lantern, but I also have picked up a Peridot Wyvern, something I picked up on the last episode, and I forgot to put it in. This is a summons for you. Literally, you can get 3 different kinds of these things. I don't know if they're all called the same thing or not, but they're definitely 3 different looking wyverns, so that's awesome. And they're summoned for a decent amount of time. They're reasonably tough. And again, for someone who solos, having a pet like this to just poof, here you go, buddy, go to town while you're casting your spells and buffing up comes in super, super handy. Also, we have a Bracers of Armor class +4. I want to make sure that everybody that has Bracers has at least a +4 on them. Nope, looks like we're doing pretty good. We're just cruising with stuff right now, man. Like I said, you're going to get so much gear in this time around, it's going to be ridiculous. Okay, so here's our lantern. You notice a color that we have on us. Now watch this. I'm going to walk through the shimmer. Quick save of this mess, of course. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to leave the bird here, too. Where'd you go, Mr. Birdie? Bottom right. Yep. There we go. We're going to walk through the shimmer. And it's going to let us actually go through without teleporting. Okay, that's what that lantern does. At this point, you can shut it off. It's just nothing more than a toggle. But having said that, you're going to fight whatever is on this side of the map. Now, again, once we walk through without the shimmer, we'll teleport to this same location again, but it'll be different monsters. So again, just because you've cleared the monsters from this area once doesn't mean you're fine. That's one of the hardest parts of this section, in my opinion. I'm going to actually not charge this fool. I think I'm just going to cast a spell and go walk up to him and stab him. Curse slash, motherfucker. Take damage, fool. Knock, knock. Why don't you come up here with me, do the same thing.
Enemies on fire first.
Choppy, choppy. Okay, Liza. I think it is time for you to get out some pets, though. Let's take out them wolves. Only got 2, but 2's the minimum for her. Remember that. Remember, she gets 1d3 plus 1 thanks to a feat that she has called Superior Summoning. Ekin, you're already within range of both of them, so just take out the one where I wounded. Nice. Remember, he's got the bow that I gave him that gives him elemental damage of cold. 1d6 of damage, so if you're seeing little ice crystals fly off the target, that's what's going on there. Tristan, we're a little wounded. Why don't you come over here and do that big AoE thing you do so well. There we go. Get us a little closer to being topped off. I didn't realize how close she was to dying on us. Akbo, come here, poppers. Eat yourself some nummy manticore. Proto, just shoot him.
Run them through.
Sadly, no. Okay. Door's turn.
This will hurt.
You know what to do, kid. Should have done the 5-foot stutter step, which I'll do now. So again, if you do 5-foot stutter step and within range and you do this,
Easier if you not fight
you
back.
get to attack. Notice he wasn't close enough because the stupid Akbo was in my way. So now he's not within range, and I can't take away the stutter
Come
step.
here, Bax.
I can't
Not
do anything
that
else.
stabby.
He's basically done for his turn. I have to say end turn. Straight up sucks when you do that. Eliza, why don't you charge this fool? Or not. It's okay. I'd rather it be the summoned direwolves that take a beating. Ekin, finish
Cannot
this thing
hide
off
from
for
me.
Tristan, go
You
ahead and shoot him.
forced my hand.
Sadly, nothing. Akbo. There we go. It will take damage. Well, it looks like his acid maw wore off. We'll probably have to reapply that.
Hear you cry.
There we go. Very nicely done, team. Now again, make sure to loot the areas while you're in the area.
I'm off.
Notice that we have something that appears to be a structure here, but we can't get in it. Okay, so we either A, missed a perception check, or B, it's in the other world. So again, if I wanted to see this, I've shut my lantern off. I walk into this thing again, we'll teleport down here probably by this steam rolling fog, and then fight more monsters, and this will probably be open, right? So again, this is giving us our chance to clear the maps. So again, I feel good that we've covered everything here. Let's teleport without the lantern. Oh wow, it put us way the hell over there. That's a little weird. Again, check the area. Okay, see how we can walk through again? We don't want to do that without our lantern. Activate your lantern. Notice the shimmer effect on us. We walk through this, and there'll be new sets of monsters more likely than not up here. Again, once everybody gets through,
We should move.
I don't like leaving the lantern on. It just bugs me. So we'll just come up here and fight whatever's
Their
up here now.
life ends here.
Seems to be spiders. Okay, door is ready. But we don't know where the other spiders might be. I could do that spell, but sneak attacking bastard, man.
You should have
Get over here and
run.
finish this one then. So interested in shooting me in the face. Liza. I don't know that her puppers made it through. Yes, they did. Okay, so why don't you just come up here and
Strike
attack.
as one.
Remember, every time she hits with that thing, she gets a bleed effect slapped on the little bastard. So that's extremely helpful. Let's see. So she, and you know she had the will save. Bogeyman's robe. Remember, she has that ability. She did her intimidate check though. She did intimidate them. So you'll see the shaken condition on this one because she scared them with her attack. We got even another one. All right, Tristan. I've been wounded. 5-foot stutter step this way and do an AoE heal again for us. Just to top me and her off again. I don't like being that close to death. You never know when you're gonna get that get mugged. So these guys do sneak attack, as you can see. Highly annoying. Knock knock. You can get up here, right?
Hey,
That's my
knock
buddy.
knock used to lighting enemies on fire first.
Proto, finish this one off. Nice. It's alright. Got him one. Heck, you can finish it
Nowhere
off
to
from here,
run.
yeah? Yeah, you can. Good job, Ekin. Now, Akbo. Come straight up here and knock this guy. My turn.
Strike!
Wow, that's a whole lot of whiffing. Liza.
Do not hold back.
Tristan, go ahead and give it a shot.
this swift.
Worth an effort. Knock knock.
Be easier if you not fight back.
Yeah, that's my knock knock. Saving the day. It's a little surprising that we're getting jumped on some of these fights because we have such high... Oop, there was a perception check, see that?
Follow if you dare.
There's a high chance for me to have a high initiative, so it's a little weird that we're actually all failing that. I'm not sure what that's about. But, did a quick save here, so let's actually go inside here. Remember, the lantern's off, but it doesn't matter. We're going inside here. I suppose first I could turn on the lantern.
I'm always ready.
And go over here to find our
I do what I must.
bird. But you see, he's still on the dais doing nothing, so we still haven't figured out how to make that thing work proper yet, so we'll have to figure that out some other time. Maybe nothing more than taking a knee while the bird's sitting inside that thing, but I kind of doubt it. So I'm shutting the lantern
My
off
skills are absolute.
now.
I shall end this suffering.
Okay, looks like we got a big bad and then large owlbear-like treant. Okay, so here's a heavy fight for anyone that's soloing the game. This would be one reason to pull out that Peridot Wyvern to straight up say, you know, screw that, I want that shit out here now. But we don't have to. We have our own summons, and we got multiple summons so that we can literally just bombard him at range with summons to slow him down, spells to whittle his health down, and bow and arrows and crossbow bolts besides to take him out. But you can see how fast he whoops through these things. He just killed 2 of the 3 we already had out there. Dorraj is going to come all the way down here and try his best, to light him up with a spell that will not hit the other teammates. So I'm going to try fire. Still managed to get one of my guys. Sorry about that, doggo, or lizard. Fire seems to work though. Remember, I got 16d6 instead of 12d6. Remember, I have this intensified, hence the little border around it. So I've meta magic this shit up. So it's equal to my caster level right now, which is 15, but +1 to evocation spells thanks to my mage tattoo. Highest I can get on that will be 17d6 with just intensified, but that's still a solid elemental damage hit. Okay, so I managed to kill one of our other guys by mistake. Didn't mean to. Again, I want you to do a 5-foot stutter step to get away from the team in case he starts to charge. I'm going to put our Eliza up here. We may even, because of the mess of this, actually summon some Skeletors on it. Is there anything you can do, Christian? Yes. I want you to weaken it with that. And then come on over here, kill. But yeah, I think we're going to pull out some Skeletors. Let's get these ones. These are her actual skeletons. Okay, knock knock. I think at this point he's busy enough that knock knock can come over here
Come
and
here,
do
Bats.
his
Not
job.
that stab you.
Nice penalty to his strength again. Sneak attack damage besides. And then we'll also circumvent him on this side here and get a little bit of action. Hopefully he won't turn on either of those two. He'll fight the guys that were already there. And even if not, chances are they won't wail on him per se. I'm going to take Eliza up here though and give everybody a buff and a debuff to them. To him, excuse me. It's alright. That's what the skeletons are for, buddy. They're there for you to take it on the chin. I'm going to go over here and just do my thing. Straight up whiffed. Ekin, on the other hand,
I grant you
is
death.
a boss. He loves the crit stuff. Oh my god. If he would have done that 3 times in a row, I think I would have kissed him on the mouth. Alright, your turn, sir. You won't be able to do much, but do me a favor and heal me. Solid heals from Tristan as always. Alright, Protolich's turn. Now, here's where we can have some fun. Either A, let's first check to see how wounded he is. He's almost dead. I could go crazy and do like an innervation spell or a couple of battering blasts into this thing and knock him around a little bit. remember, if you push him away, it's entirely possible your team will get attacks of opportunity because he's moving out of the way. Let's actually test that theory. Wasn't enough to move him. Tries to use the combat maneuver. He has a CMD of 49. If she would have one more bolt though, this 27 would have been a 37. That would have pushed this up to a 54, and it would have actually pushed him. So again, this spell gets really, really powerful later on. But I'll take that sneak attack damage. That thing's about dead now. Knock, knock. Yeah, that's my knock, knock. Alright, bro. Now notice we have loot in the area. We also have eggs in the area. Taking all that. That was a ruby, an agate, a diamond. Those things are money. Notice where we are at. Way the hell up here compared to where we started. I don't know that we can't teleport down here. That's actually kind of cool idea. But I'm not going to.
I'm off.
Let's scope out the area. We forgot to loot its body. Scan it. Oh, hell yeah. Was that more of those first world fruits? Hell yeah. Those things are like $1,000 a piece. I wonder what kind of food you make with the first world fruit. Anyway, but that's that fight. That was a really nasty one, by the way, for those of you that didn't know. Notice we got the Amulet of Mighty Fists +3. Now this is, again, something that a monk could capitalize on. If she switched to her fists, I could give her a +3 to the damage and a +3 to her unarmed attacks. And again, with her strength of already a +3, she could be wielding that at like a solid 6 and 6 then for her damage and for her punches, chances to hit. That's a solid swing for her. And if she's weapon finessing, she's still at a +3, so she's still at the same level of to hit chance. The damage will still spike off of her strength, but again, the necklace will help in that regard too. So this is a decent necklace to keep. I'm not going to use it for her. But we also had a Belt of Physical Perfection +2. Now that one's interesting because that's a +2 to, just like mine, to all of these 3 stats. Now who could use that? Knock Knock's got a really nice enhancement from his headpiece. He doesn't have anything buffing his strength and con though. I really should give him like the con belt to make his health higher. That's a solid choice. For her, she doesn't have anything that's buffing her strength, but she doesn't need anything to buff her con. So the +4 dex belt is probably a good choice for her. Christian, he's rocking a 4 and a 4, and again, I don't need him to be strong. Ekin has got a 4 and a 4. He's got nothing for dexterity, but he's already a solid dexterity character, so I don't need it for him. Honestly, the only person that would make sense on the team to give it to would be her, but that would lower her dexterity and her con, so less hit points, less fortitude check, less reflex save, less chance to hit if she's weapon finessing. So, and I don't think she is, by the way. So that's probably worth it. The downside is she'd have less armor, but she would have a better chance to hit. So maybe that's a go-to here. That's a 14 now, because her strength's now a +4. So yeah, I'll take that. That's a solid upgrade for her. Yeah, it's a lot of penalty, but it's still a big buff for her swing and her damage output. So I'll take that. And if you don't think the damage output is impressive with a +10, notice that when you double-hand it with a nice quarterstaff, it's at a 14 now with her power attack. And again, she still gets 3 attacks around with that shit. Just saying. It's just the psi here happens to be better. What else do we have? Ooh, the physical form. So that was a Dex Con who had... He doesn't need the Dex Con because he's getting the Dex from his helmet already. She don't need the Con. He's already at the 4-4, so he's got the same exact belt, and he's got the strength one. Okay, I just want to make sure that everybody has what I wanted them to have. Right. Shock, greatsword, huh? Javelin +2. Yeah, some interesting stuff that we're picking up on this now. Okay, so now, quick save that mess. Now we're trying to go back over to this side of the map, the stuff that we haven't seen yet, right? If we go through here without lighting the lamp up, we'll teleport to the different time zone. I don't care, because we've actually cleared this side multiple times now, so there shouldn't be any problem
I do what I must.
with us like walking in on monsters. Remember, the hole's gone? But again, if we
I'll
want to
take
get out
care
of this
of it.
area, we have to light up the lantern. Some people hotkey the lantern on their bar. I just don't have the room. Here's the dais again, and here's the guy. Notice we can rest here, and it is rest. We don't need to quote-unquote camp. We're going to keep the lantern on while we go through this side because we've never been here.
I wish there was another way.
All right. So we're already through on this side. Liza, why don't you? This is do one bear. Get some wolves on this fool.
We
then
shall
move in on-
overcome.
Dora, you can hit him from here, right? Get him.
Yes.
Hell happened. Oh, we failed to overcome the resistance. He has resistance. Look at that. Nice solid 22 on this goober. That's why I didn't get the acid splash. I was wondering what happened. Where's my acid? But we did hit him solid, but you notice that I didn't get force damage either, which means that my buff for my weapon wore off. So I need to fix that. Let's hit this with a solid snowball, though, because spell resistance doesn't apply to that thing. Solid sneak attack. Ekandayo, might as well just shoot him up.
from me.
Nice. And again. Beautiful damage, son. Tristan, I'm just going to have you buff Eliza. So that when it's her turn, she can have a nice solid chance to hit. And then step just the tiniest bit closer. He turned his attention to me. Oh, to Eliza. Ooh, he has a pretty good swing, too, against her 32 armor. She doesn't have all the buffs that she possibly could have on her. We actually had some stuff fall off, so I need to probably reapply. Knock, knock, I want you to charge this.
Shaman work, not
Sadly,
hero work.
no joy on that. Get in there, though.
Knock knock used to lighting enemies on fire first.
Akbo, just come over here. You're not going to get in that mess, and I don't want to watch you dancing around. Eliza,
Attack!
stabby, stabby time. There we go. Okay, now remember I have my lantern on. I'm just going to shut it off so I don't have the effect for one thing, because I hate the look of it. But also so we can actually kind of wander around. Oops, hello. Oh, another cutscene. It's so quiet here, I can't even hear my own heartbeat. Is my heart still beating in my chest, or have they taken that from me too? We're watching the nymph or naiad, whatever, the evil she-bitch that tried to have me eaten by animals. The one that's been talking to us all this time. We're finding out her story, why she hates us so much. She's been cursed to literally kill 1,000 kingdoms. And it just so happens that, guess which is the 1,000th kingdom? That's right, us. So she's real eager to finish this curse off. So that's why she's so damn motivated. But if you go over here,
If you dare.
you can see the pond is deep with the cold water, though the surface is still. You can hear faint whispers of someone beneath the water is murmuring sadly to themselves. Gaze into the water. As you stare into the water for a time, you see something odd. A reflection of a beautiful woman comes into focus sitting on the bank, weeping. As soon as you blink, the image is gone. Skip a stone across the water. The stone skips on the water, leaving circles on its surface, and finally disappears with a last short splash. The pond falls silent. Nothing stirs. Sip the water. The water tastes bitter, with a trace of salt. As the salt touches the tongue, feel a sharp pain in your heart, as if suddenly stabbed, not with a blade, but with painful memory of something lost. Leave the area. So this is part of your puzzle clue for what you're going to put in the water. And look, we just lost the puppers. Apparently he wanted to take a swim. Okay, so we have another bear.
Due time.
Or two.
Nowhere to run back.
So,
Best
you
kind of
have
fight.
you delay your turn past the enraged doofus. Since we can sneak
Out
attack,
of my way!
might as well get on it. Tristan. Oh, we don't have a bless spell on us anymore. Help us up, kiddo. Here they come. For enraged critters, they sure are awful slow, aren't they? Knock, knock, I'm going to have you delay past us so that we can get up on this guy.
Aim true.
Hoping that we can get a sneak attack in with him by having me and Eliza bum rush this fool.
Take that!
Like so. And now knock, knock, and go in and sneak attack. There we go. Wasn't enough to kill him. Wow, wasn't even close enough to kill him. But it gave us an opportunity to weaken it quite a bit. Akbo. This one's going to be a jackhole. So we're going to have to come over here, straight, hold him in bay. Proto, you can sneak attack
Run
him
them
twice.
through.
That was solid. Tristan,
So it's come to
give it
this.
your best shot, buddy. Sadly, nothing. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Oh, man. Oh, they're tearing away puppers. Get away from that dog.
Dead.
Jackhole. Thank God we got Ekin on the team. Jubiloss would also make short work of these fools, by the way, so
Don't hold back!
don't think that it's the only party composition you could have taken here. We have all kinds of ways. Honestly, with Jubiloss and Ekin on the team, your back rank is pretty solid damage, man. You know, downside is when Jubiloss runs out of bombs. But again, he's so good with dexterity, you just give him that crossbow that I have on Proto Lich here, or the hell, even the one that Tristan has currently. The one that slows them down if they fail their check. We have all kinds of ways to debuff the bad guys. So,
Strike as one.
gonna have her move in and attack. Not
Be
come in and
easier
attack.
if you not fight back. Here.
There it is. Now the downside of this area, ooh, more eggs, is
I'm there.
a couple things. One, up here, there's going to be a boatload of traps if we're in the right map. I don't know if it's on both maps. Remember, there's two maps here, the day and the night. So I don't know if it's both maps that have the traps, but definitely one side definitely has traps. Also, they have spiders, the swarms. So we have to be real careful here. I'm going to actually,
See this through.
I'm going to have her actually buff up with that, just to make sure she has some extra protection on herself. And the trick on this one is literally just to send in somebody stealthy, probably just to disarm it. You'll probably see the spiders though. They like to swarm you while you're busy doing this crap.
I did it. I did it.
You sure did, knock knock. Everybody else pull a little closer here. Knock knock.
Knock knock ears
Go do that one.
with ears.
We will
Yeah, see, there we
prevail.
go. Quick spider swarm, no less. Okay, Dora. You can buff up your weapon. And
This
probably come over
will
here and get
hurt.
this thing. 9 damage from force damage. Remember, that's the only reason I did anything to it. I could have gone more, by the way. I could have done force, electric shock, the fire, and the cold all in the same thing. I think I have the ability to do that right now. But my swing would have been heavily hampered, and you can see already they have a pretty hard armor class to hit. So, kind of on you on that one. Knock knock can hit it,
Come here, Bax. Knock knock stabs you.
but remember he's got elemental damage from his two things. That's the only thing allowing him to do any of that.
Who's there? Lamash too?
Well, that was cute. He was still looking for his god Lamash
Did
too.
it without breaking it.
Okay, everybody force over here.
Here now.
Knock knock, keep over here. Probably gonna need more spiders. Yep.
Pieces.
Again, like I said, it doesn't take much for these little doofuses. Oh, Bo, you're just going to straight up delay your turn to the end because you're downright useless.
Which
Knock knock and give it a
knife
go.
to use? Ah!
He's doing work, but couldn't kill them all. Eliza. Now, the good news for her is she has this wonderful ability to straight up just nuke their ass. And not an amazing amount of damage, but sometimes when it's just auto hit and they only have a very low hit points, comes in super handy. Quick save of that so we don't have to mess around anymore. Knock knock. Do that thing.
I did it.
I do
I
what I
did.
must.
And as you can see, this is another wonderful place. If you haven't leveled up yet and you haven't shut off XP share for the skills and stuff, you could really level up another character pretty easy here because there are a lot of traps. Just again, as a quick reminder where our XP is sitting. I'm a ways away, no surprise, but she's close to dinging. He's a ways. She's a ways. He's real close. So Tristan will probably level up on this mission and he's a ways away. So Tristan, maybe her, and then maybe Ekin after that. But unlikely to be all three.
Interesting.
So again,
Listening as hard
Quick
as
save.
I can.
stealth it in case he has other spiders in the area. You
Defeat
get
is
lucky.
not an option.
Sadly, no. Once you get near these things, it always seems to be the trick. Excuse me, goodness. I want to not attack right now, so I'm going to delay my turn because I want that thing to come out here. Knock knock can't get to it without triggering the trap. You see that problem? So someone's going to have to take it on the chin. Knock Knock's absorbing the damage, and that's fine. So literally is the only reason we can actually pull that off. But somebody did damage to me. I got 4 points of damage. So Knock Knock. Now's your chance to...
Knock Knock used to lighting enemies on fire
move the
first.
tiniest bit, damn it. Dora.
You should have run!
Again, if it weren't for my force damage, I wouldn't be able to pull this off. You could switch to an elemental damage weapon. The downside is if it's a ranged weapon, you probably ain't going to have a whole lot of luck hitting those damn things.
There's something here. Ah, a test of my abilities.
Just the tiniest bit too far. Akin, we'll show you this. Here's Akin's chance to shoot it, right? He's got the elemental damage bow. Oh, never mind. Akin's just a boss. Oh, no, he can swing good. Okay. My bad. I'm going to move over to here. So we clearly already got the spiders. There might be another one up here or up on this one.
Without breaking it.
But we'll see.
I did it? I did! Who's there? Lamash too? I did it? I did!
Interesting.
Let's finish them quick.
Proto, can you straight up shoot this fool?
Let's hear you cry.
Yeah, doesn't do any good because she doesn't have any elemental damage. Even sneak attacks don't work on these little fools. And your turn off while you're not using this thing. It's going to be the three of us probably. Me, Knock Knock, and Eliza. Don't even bother, doggo. You ain't gonna mess with this thing. Knock Knock's turn.
Be easier if you not fight back. Yeah!
Well, I got a little bit of it. Not much. Nice. All you need is the tiniest bit. Nice work. Alright. Knock Knock, do your thing. You know you're awesome.
Did it without breaking it.
Because then there's another cutscene. I don't know if it's up here or if it's on the other map up here. I think it's the other map, because I think we would have seen it by now. See, though, we've covered quite a bit. Oh, here we go. No one will ever see my tears again, neither mortals of Golarion nor the one who cursed me. So he seems pissy. And then you see you got spiders up in this area, too. You wish to see me, my lady? Now, these are the defaced sisters, which you'll see later. My Skylark, your song is so sad today. What troubles you? Your last order, my lady, it frightens me. The seed of an ever-blooming flower is almost prepared as you requested, but what will it bring? Ooh, that's the ever-blooming flower. We must kill it. The flower contains immense power from which immense evil can be born. Monsters erupting on Golarion by the hundreds. In a crowded street, a busy tavern near a baby's crib. Wow, evil bitch. She's real mad. Alright. Now, again, just as a quick reminder, you can romance her. I'm not going to, because quite frankly, screw that chick. She cray-cray. That's exactly what I need. He wanted to see kingdoms in ruins. He will. Yep. So, whoever Skylark is, like I said, it's just one of the many things that you have to fight. Knock Knock, he may be the tiniest tippy-toe step away from this guy, so if he moves and has to take a step, he'll only swing once. But if you do a 5-foot stutter step, we get everything we needed, which is awesome. Tristan,
You
shoot that
forced
fool.
my hand.
Hey, Tristan with a big 9. Boot.
Nowhere
Akin,
to
show him how
run.
it's done. Miss. Good job, Akin. Eliza. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of... Nah, we won't. Do a 5-foot stutter step this way. Is that close enough for you to hit these two fools? Possible. We'll take 12 points of damage. Okay, here goes her little pets. Proto, sneak attack that fool. Nice. Ooh, Oakbow's getting mugged back here by a Doom Spider. We got a Doom Spider, Primal Giant, and another Doom Spider. Alright. Dora's turn. How about Dora? Buff up. We're missing some armor.
Don't hold back!
Knock, knock.
It's nice to use.
Come on up here, buddy. Give me a helping hand. Choppy, choppy. Good work. Knock, knock. Christian.
I'll try to make this swift.
Ekin.
True.
Come on, Ekin. Hell, boy, you cross-eyed or what? I must have some extra concealment on them. Really hate when they do that. Eliza's turn. I'm gonna have
Do
Eliza
not
backpedal here to help
hold back.
Doggo. Proto.
Out of my way!
There we go. Handle the threat that's closest by you is my attitude. Did we lose a spider? Oh, there he went. He went visible. What the hell? I didn't even know they could do that. Dora.
This
Finish one
will
off.
hurt!
Solid. Move towards this fool. Knock,
Knock knock
Get
used
in
to
a
lighting
piece of him.
enemies on fire first.
Hey, you've got a sneak attack in on that. Go knock knock, Christian.
So it's come to this.
Ekandio, 5-foot stutter step. I want you to be the tiniest bit closer to this fool.
I grant you death.
There it is. Oh, hey, that's a level up with that mess. I didn't think these guys were going to level up quite that fast. Nice cleric upgrade. Remember, that's another 1d6 extra for his AoE heals. I'm going to start working on his use magic device some more. Alright, what have we been working on? Oh, we got spell vulnerability so that we could get a couple extra feats last time. He's rocking spell pen, selective channel, all that good jazz. I'm okay with extra channel. Remember, that's like 2 extra booms a day. That's massive amounts of channeling. He is using a ranged weapon, so if you wanted to get some point-blank shot and some precise shot on him, it's not the most horrible idea, I suppose. They hell even recommend it. So what the hell? Let's start working him towards an actual functional character. Notice that we get new spells, though. Yeah, better believe I'm going to pause the game so we can see that. So first, what else can we use from level 2? Another restoration. I'm cool with that. From here, Burst of Glory, Breath of Life, Flame Strike. Now, Flame Strike is useful in that you can have it in both spots. Same with Breath of Life, so it doesn't matter which one you want to pick here or here. But know that there's solid choices. Flame Strike, first, let's look at it. It's the big AoE explosion in the big circle. Now, if I had intensified meta magic or the rod, which I could hand to him, then he could cast this spell, and it could do, at the highest level for him, at level 20, he could actually do 20 d6 of damage. Just boom in big hogging circle. That still works on this spell, which is amazing. It's a fire damage and divine damage, half-half. So it calculates the damage first and then cuts it in half. That's a solid spell. That gives him some things to contribute to. He could do Bone Shatter as well. And again, another one that he could intensify with, say, a Meta Magic Rod or the Feet. And therefore turn a 15d6 damage guaranteed into up to a 20d6 of damage guaranteed. That's a solid hit. Now again, saving throws apply, and they're not exhausted if they make their saving throw, but they are fatigued, so there is some utility there. Again, we've used this on another character. Vine Trap is another one that I find incredibly useful, especially in that it does damage over time, and that damage is considered cold iron for purposes of overcoming damage reduction, which means Fae. Fae's the big bad guys in most of this game, so any of the nasties that you're fighting, a Vine Trap on them, if it works, of course, because it's a reflex save, is a solid choice. Notice he even gets things like Airwalk, Communal. That's a +3 DC check, or DC bonus, or dodge bonus to AC for everybody in a Hagen circle for many minutes. That's a solid team upgrade right there. Slay Living, Righteous Might is a fun one if you want to be a fighter type cleric. We can even raise dead with him now, give somebody spell resistance right now. But you wonder why I grabbed these two. Well, first off, I'm getting tired of people dying in the game and me having to scum save. So if someone croaks, turns their portrait gray, like, oh no, they died. Okay, if you breath of life them within, I want to say it's the next round or two, if cast one creature that die within 2 rounds, if the healing is enough to bring them back to life, they're alive, and it's not a raised dead. No penalties. They're now, of course, damaged, and of course, you probably need to, top them off, heal them up. But this is a solid upgrade. I think you can even use this on undead still, so it's still a standard heal, but a specific caveat of the fact that it can raise the grayed out character portraits, so the dead, if only within the first 2 rounds of you applying it. So that's a solid upgrade.
I'm there.
Now we don't want to go through the cloud without saving
This will be quick.
or making sure that the area is clear. Apparently we're not clear. Do your trick, kid. Fatigue spell. And they failed it. He's at a -2 to his strength and his dex.
We
Liza?
shall overcome.
Tristan's close enough now that he's going to get his point blank shot bonus. And just to show you that, PBS +1. Now notice he's still shooting into combat, so he's at that -4. But with everything we've added on to him lately, that -4 is looking less and less like a problem. Just saying, that point blank shot goes a long way. I'll even give him precise shot just because I'm tired of him whiffing on this stuff. But that's a solid upgrade for him, in my opinion. Anyone that's on the team can contribute to either ranged attacks or melee attacks. You just have to decide how you're building the character. If they're not good at melee, give them a crossbow, man. Just give them point blank shot, precise shot. Now, quick save. We'll try to walk through this because I want to see where it teleports us. Probably down to the bottom of the map, I'm guessing.
Knock more runner and talker than fighter.
Right at the top with a whole bunch of monsters on us. And notice what we're fighting. The ever-blooming flower. Okay, Eliza's turn. Looked like her puppers were already left here and got mugged immediately. And I could care less. We have a big nasty to deal with. We got 3 ancient wyverns. 2 are specifically yellow Wilmer wyvern, a red one, and an ancient wyvern. So you know we got troubles. So how do you want to handle this trouble? I have that one doggo up there still taking a beating. I say we come around the bottom of this damn ever-blooming flower and start wailing on that prick. So let's have her come over here and just auto hit it with that. Nice little bone shatter. Oh, no, spell resistance. Oh, that's a bad roll for us. We just needed a 10 or better, so it's better than a 50% chance for us to pass that. But good to know, at least. I'd rather do that than waste a spell. Since we are immune to poison, though, you know what we can try? If you guys like the stinky cloud, I see someone that's unhappy about it. Looks like possibly 2. Looks like it's going to be something that works. Beautiful trick for us. The fact that we have delayed poison on us and we have skeletons we can summon to just have some fun. Knock, knock. Want to come up here, burrow? Stay right up by the cloud. Oh no, Doggers is dead. Yep, they look like they're puking their guts out. That's awesome. Okay, Proto can reach them, but just to make sure she can reach them, Stutter Step this. Why? Because she can actually hit them twice. No, actually she can't right now because we got the... Oh, she swung twice. She just missed. Heckin', same deal. 5-foot Stutter Step. Hit this one.
Cannot hide from me.
Heckin', we were a boss just doing work. That thing's down to damn near half. And everybody on their side is damaged. Now I'm going to bring in Akbo over here. That's some interference for us. Remember, we can stay in the cloud, so we might as well get as close to this monster cloud as we can.
You should have run!
They'll try to fight us. Even though they can't, they'll walk up on us and flee the cloud. They'll move towards us like dumbasses and straight up die. Tristan, go ahead and shoot that one in the back because he's not within melee combat. He got solid armor. He's just not rolling very well. He needed 12 or better. That's not horrible. It's actually quite respectable.
Be easier if you not fight back. Come here, Bax.
These guys already puking his guts out, so we can just walk them over there. So they can't do anything about it. So 5-foot stutter step this way. And unload it.
Hear you cry.
Solid damage. Notice the damage too, by the way. Extra 1d10. Why? Remember the category for the weapons he has? This is the Myth Slayer. This thing is freaking baller. We got this from the Lich. Remember the bonuses. Huge or gargantuan, dragon subtype, and these things are. They're not giant, they're not huge or gargantuan, otherwise we get more and more plus 10s to it. So just one of the categories is applicable for a wyvern. They're like the mini dragons, if you will. Quite frankly, when, and I know this is a side rant, but I don't care. There's a spell that I love. As anyone that watches my Magus builds, you know that one of my favorites, if you're a strength-based character, I love the ability to turn into a dragon. It has a latch-ditch effort of just, you know what, screw you, I'm going to go dragon on your ass. Boom. Dragonkind 1 is an amazing spell. Dragonkind 2 is better. 3 is better than that. Now, for whatever reason, they've decided, and I'm not going to argue the point, but they say that Dragonkind 1 is human-sized dragon. How do I know this? Because there's no size bonus to anything. There's no size penalty to you getting hit. So, they consider that medium-sized creature. I consider this a medium-sized creature. It's got big floppy wings and whatever else, but it's not huge. It's normal in my view. I mean, it's like a bigger version of Akbo with wings. So I consider that normal size. Dragonkind 1 is clearly bigger than that goddamn thing. 2 and 3 again, much bigger, but that I guess they had to delineate them. So we have normal sized dragon, Dragonkind 1. We have giant or enlarged, if you will, sized dragon. That's Dragonkind 2, and then of course gargantuan sized dragon, I think is what they call it, or maybe huge, and that's the two size upgrades, and that's Dragonkind 3. It just seems weird to me. If they, as Dragonkind 1, let you turn into a wyvern like this, but still have the acid or fire breath or whatever, I probably would have been okay with it, because I still think these guys look cool. But whatever, it's on them. Just saying. In ran. Okay, Ekin, I need you to stutter your happy ass this way.
Nowhere to run.
We wimmer whatever. Oh my god. That was a beautiful hit there, Ekin. The fact that you whiffed on everything else is only a side point. Eliza.
Strike as one.
Dora.
Strike.
You know what to do. Yeah.
Don't hold back.
Tristan.
So it's come
Shoot
to
that fool.
this.
Hey, there you, Tristan. Doing damage like you're a fighter or something.
Which
Knock.
knife to use?
Knock. Okay, now here's the thing about this. First, again, as a reminder, I have a mod that allows us to remove effects, like the stinking cloud. I press L, it goes away. It removed one stinking cloud area effect, so you don't have to wait for it. I do the same. It's the same with grease spells and web spells. Another fine example of one. Sirocco. When I finally get to level 6 spells, you'll see me doing that too. I'm just scouting the area, guys. Make sure we got some kick-ass treasures now in here.
In due time.
Okay, I'm convinced that there's nothing here. Or if it is, I miss a perception check. Click on the flower. The petals of this huge flower are glowing with a soft light, and its scent carries a hint of spice, which you find strangely relaxing. Despite this, however, you can't help but notice the sprouts and spikes of the plant look fanged, almost predatory. Use detect magic. A shining magical aura surrounding the ever-blooming flower. It seems so familiar, exactly like the magic emanating from the bodies of the bloom victims, but stronger, much stronger. There's no doubt you found the source of the disaster. Destroy the flower. Whatever enchantment the flower possesses, you are still able to hack it down easily, and the glow fades. Yeah, team, we badass. Time to celebrate. Woot woot! Middle of time. Oh god, it's coming back. Turns out it's harder to kill than we thought. Alright. Click the flower again. Leave. So the tale here is we have to find a way to destroy it. Okay. Again, we don't have our lantern on. Quick save this mess. The only way out of here is this way. Teleport back to the map we came from in the first place, remember? So here we are. Remember, we cleared all that mess, so it should be free and clear for us to walk all this way down. Now this is where we need to find the poison. And apparently we're getting mugged on the way back. More spiders. It's okay. We're fine. We're not fine. exact opposite of fine. I'm getting killed here. Damn things. Look at these spiders. Make damage, you little bastards. Now get up here.
Do not hold back.
Door.
This will hurt!
Tristan's gonna have to take a step up here and heal my ass. Until that time, though, Ekin, I need you to move forward and shoot at this one.
Aim true.
Are we having issues with this? It's just for high armor. Okay, I was making sure they don't have like the 20% on them. The quick spiders might,
I got you dead.
but not the doom spiders. Okay, Tristan, AoE heal time. Yeah, see that big hog and heal? 26, baby. That's just sexy. And again, it's better than Harem's for a couple of reasons. One, we have him wearing the phylactery. Oh, that's this thing here. Of positive channeling. I could give that to Harem too. That's just another +2 is my point. But remember, he also has selective channeling, which means he can do that in combat, healing us and not healing the ones that we've damaged. Otherwise, Harem would have healed that damn spider. I don't know why that makes sense in this game, that your cleric would have a god say, sure, heal everybody, including the guys beating your face in. Yay! I think selective channeling should have been a given, but whatever. I don't know, maybe that's a pen and paper, a Pathfinder thing that I just don't know about. Look, Bo, you're going to move your butt. Right there, back up. Work on that spider. You're doing that because we need to
Used
heal
to
you.
lighting
Not to
enemies
do
on fire
sneaky,
first.
sneaky attack. Proto.
Die!
Yep. It's alright. Oh, that was not good though. Liza.
We shall overcome. Attack!
They have a real massive hard-on for Dora right now. Guess I should have been so far ahead of the team like that.
Strike!
When we were walking back, I thought we had cleared this map. I didn't even think about the fact that they would repopulate it, of course.
Cannot hide from me.
Should have known better. Boom. Alright. Okay, what are we missing here? And turn. And turn. And turn. Move to here. And turn. Someone's hiding from us. There it is. Oh my. Doom Spider. Primal Spider Matriarch. Okay, so now remember this fool. Let's actually pause the game. Pause the game so that I can do stuff. So I can actually see stuff about this. Cold Iron will penetrate its damage reduction and it has damage reduction against everything else. So again, it has to be a Cold Iron weapon and a magic weapon, which I have both, so that's fine. I was trying to see if it had anything listed. Unity of Web doesn't say anything about it having the shimmer effect on it. Let's just come over here and try to attack it, I guess. And it does, 50%. That's why I didn't want him to move, because he has a spell that can solve this problem. Thanks, though. Ekin, how far do you shoot, bro? I'm not seeing his bow. You see his circle? I can't see if he does a stutter step, if he's close enough to shoot that thing. So I guess we'll just have to march him up real fast. Yeah, there it is now. Jeez Louise, I can barely make that out. Let's shoot the Doom Spider, because I don't think it has the 50. I think it's probably got the 10, if anything. Or the 20. Doesn't even have that. Okay, so Doom Spider will fall first, easiest. But that doesn't mean we don't want to kill that Matriarch. We do have the use of this spell. Light them up like a Christmas tree. No. Ah, man. Oh, the Doom Spider. I don't care about the Doom Spider. Cool. Tristan, come over here. Good job. Okay, let's test our theory out. Did it work? How would you know? You check to see the hit check. You don't see the 50%. They're paying penalized. So the Fairy Fire is working on them as intended. That'll make it easier to kill him. Now let's just send Knock Knock up in there and let him do his thing. Choppy choppy. Proto, 5-foot stutter step. I think you'll be able to reach with your crossbow. You have some good reach.
Out of my way!
Yeah, you do. Nice. And that one spell basically trivialized that whole fight.
Strike as one.
Again, if you're fighting solo, imagine how bad it would be if you're fighting all these spiders. But again, tricks on that one, tricks on that one have always been the same. You want to have
This will hurt.
AoE spells. You want to run into a corner, so have Expeditious Retreat on. You don't do the turn-based combat usually. You let them follow you, pull them into a corner, and then you just blast them with like cone of cold, or like Dragon's Breath, or like a well-placed fireball where you know where they're going to be positioned. And you just start bombarding with your spells, and then whatever didn't die, you weakenly attack with your sword or whatever. Again, I've done this with a Sword Saint solo and a Scroll Savant solo. This is a wizard type, and she crushed it thanks to all her buffs that she had on her. So again, she had invisibility, greater invisibility, she had haste, she had all the buffs for her, strength, dex, con up to at least a +4. She had blur, she had displacement, she had heroism, she had, and then she had like fireball spells like crazy. So she was pimped out for damaging anything. And it was, quite frankly, a cakewalk. The tough fight for her was that big-ass owlbear that we fought by itself, because she was by herself. It never occurred to me to grab summons. Christian, go ahead and do your shot, bud. Bow.
Be easier if you not fight back.
Run them through.
Boom.
I am
Pretty.
superior.
Alright, quick save that miss. Get everybody back where they need to be standing. Get some treasure back here. Might as well grab it now.
I'm there.
Alright. Since it's been about an hour, though, I need to cut this video, guys. So this will be the chance to cut the video. So I'll be right back.